What's on, everyone? Jerry here from The Quartering, and I thought this was a pretty interesting topic because the world's biggest political streamer, Asmongold, took on the world's biggest loser, Kyle Kulinski, over the fact that the Democrats have a monopoly on political attacks. Now, I'm not going to pretend that in the past, Republicans haven't done these type of things, put their hands on people, or even had larger scale type attacks. But for the past, 20 years, it's been exclusively a left-wing thing. I mean, they tried to burn down Governor Shapiro's home with his family inside. We saw everything they did to Teslas. We saw everything they did during the St. Floyd, give me some free Nikes and television get-togethers of 2020. This is an exclusively left-wing thing. We found out this morning that apparently Thomas Matthew Crooks, the individual that narrowly missed taking out President Trump, was using they, them pronouns and had switched to left-wing pretty aggressively in the months leading up to the attack. And some people think that he was also trans, just like Tyler Robinson's boyfriend. The left has, in fact, owned these attacks, and they gaslight people to no end to pretend they don't. Let's look at this clip of the huge shout out. Thanksgiving coming up. Be the hero. If you have people coming over, stock up with Coffee Brand Coffee, my coffee company. We roast it fresh on demand. We're shipping a lot of stuff same day, all free overnight shipping. We have two suggestions. I have blackberry cream or our spiked jack-o'-lantern if you like ground coffee with K-cups. I would highly recommend our butterscotch or the blueberry cobbler. Links in the description down below. Here is Kyle Kulinski crashing out after getting dunked on by, again, the world's largest political streamer. Asmongold responds to Kyle Kulinski's video about him, says Democrats have the monopoly on political attacks.
Up. There's nothing to do with it.
And we're the fucking problem?
Yes.
I can't.
Yes. Yeah.
I can't with guys like this. It's just
You can't because engaging with the reality of what's being said is so obviously against you that you don't want to admit it. It's very obvious that the Democrats have been the massively violent ones. And if you look at all of these studies, by the way, that were conducted, these studies don't show a massive rise in violence that happened in 2020. They don't show the massive rises in violence that happened during the Tesla bombings, for example.
No, of course not. The gaslighting of the left is a S tier. It is there. Nobody is better. Your ex-girlfriend's got nothing on what the left can do in terms of gaslighting. They say, oh, we're not attacking. We're not doing this. We're not doing that. Oh, they are. And they have been. And for years, they've had the entire media apparatus to back up their claims. You had, freaking Jimmy Kimmel go on in his monologue and say that Tyler Robinson was MAGA. Just an outright lie. Just a complete lie. And he goes on mainstream television and does that. Stephen Colbert, whose show is, of course, being canceled, also got on the air every night and just lies. And it's to cover up that their side is taking the lives of people they disagree with. Was the individual, remember the guy who went on the roof? I know everyone already forgot, but the guy that went on the roof and took the lives of innocent migrants who were being deported, was that guy a right-winger? No, he wasn't. He was trying to take out ICE agents, but he was a horrible shot and, in fact, accidentally took out migrants who should be deported immediately.
And the reason why is because all of these studies are biased. But any reasonable person who just looks at the news can clearly see that every single time that there is anything violent, besides maybe January 6th and maybe one or two other times.
Yeah. Let's see who that pipe bomber is.
The majority of mass violence and mass hysteria is done by Democrats.
Of course.
It is. It's done by leftist people. Whether it is the Tesla attacks, BLM, or these ICE protests. These are all left-wing things that are happening across the entire country. True. And they are justified, rationalized, and considered okay by so many liberals.
all you had to do was open up Blue Sky the day after Charlie Kirk was assassinated. He forgot the Charlie Kirk assassination and the assassination attempt on Donald Trump that we now know was done by a leftist using they, them pronouns who is addicted to furry prawn.
And that's a huge problem. Antifa, yeah, it's another one. Or the assassinations, exactly.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Pardon me. That's why he's the world's biggest political streamer. He got there.
See, it's not violence because it's justice. Yes. Mind you, we're talking about current events. Yes, exactly. I'm sure that you can come up with bad things that right-wing people have done in the past too. Of course you can. But I think overwhelmingly in the past 5 years, or especially since Trump became the president, really, which is the
10 years, really.
Reference that we're really using here. Overwhelmingly, it's been Democrats. Overwhelmingly leftists. It's not even close. The college protests too. Yeah, exactly.
That's
I
another
forgot all
one.
about that.
Yep, that's another one. Where they sent a security guard to the hospital and held people hostage, and almost none of them faced any consequences at all.
They're also including right-wing violence in prisons. Yeah, and again, these studies are biased. They're biased, and they are conducted in ways that are misleading. And anybody who knows anything about statistics would know that.
Well,
because
Kyle Kulinski, again, he is a propagandist, and everyone is to a certain degree. Like, I have a bias when I talk about stuff, and I'm not a conservative. I like Trump, and I dislike the modern left. There are numerous leftist talking heads like Hassan Piker, Kyle Kulinski, Destiny, who all either directly or tacitly endorse attacks. I don't see anybody on the right wing with anywhere near their platform doing that. Do you? I mean, it is pure gaslighting to say, Hassan Piker says, let the streets run red with the blood of landlords. America deserved 9/11. Threats on Tom Cotton's life. I mean, there are too many examples to count, not to mention zapping his poor dog. All right. Destiny has made heinous claims. Said Corey Compertor deserved to lose his life for being at a Trump rally. All this stuff. These are who the left props up. Kyle Kulinski, right?
Left-wing people don't purity test themselves. And if... He's so mad. Okay, all right, let's hear it. Okay, here we go.
The left kind of does do this purity testing thing, but the way they do it is you aren't left enough. You see this on the far left. You don't necessarily see it. Asmon's partially right here that Democrats don't disavow these violent people, but they will purity test each other.
Oh my God.
Let's go.
The extent to which this guy has no fucking idea what he's talking about, it's like he
Okay, I get it. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm an idiot. I'm a big stupid. Okay, let's hear why.
got into politics 7 seconds ago.
Okay.
Like literally
That doesn't mean anything.
just 7 seconds ago, he was like, politics, what's that? I have opinions on it.
Great.
What
Let's
is
hear
it?
yours.
You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. That's the thing that gets me.
Well, here's what I think is very interesting.
He doesn't actually refute his point, does he? He just scoffs and says he doesn't know what he's talking about. You see, Redditeer mid-wit sensibilities have enabled an entire generation to accept conclusions drawn from data without understanding how data is collected. Once you understand this, bias becomes clear. Based and true. Based and true. You have Kyle Kulinski in an absolute meltdown. Trump goes after Yemen, Somalia, Iran, blah, 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 blah. Asmongold, the far left are the violent ones. Well, if you're going to talk about acts of war, I mean, we could talk about Barack Drone Obama. I noticed you didn't mention that. I believe Barack Obama set the all-time record for drone attacks. I believe that is correct. Which president had the most drone strikes? I believe this is Barack Obama. Ooh, Donald Trump. However, Barack Obama's administration also initiated a large number of strikes, and George W. Bush was the first president to begin using them. Okay. I suppose drone technology gets more popular as time goes on. He, at one time, initiated a large number of drone strikes, although fewer than Trump. I'd have to fact check that. I'd have to fact check that. There were a lot of civilians that died under Obama. I'd have to look at. Plus, this is Google, so a total of 563 strikes done by Barack Obama, largely by drones, targeted Pakistan, Somalia, and Yemen. Wait a minute. I thought he said Trump attacked Yemen. Wait a minute. And Somalia. Wait, but that was Obama. Oops. Now maybe they both did. And look, nobody supports drone strikes. I don't like it when Trump does it. I don't like it when George Bush did it. I think Bush Jr. was the worst president of my lifetime. And I didn't like it when Obama did it. Obama took out remember when he bombed like a hospital and killed a bunch of civilians? Yeah. I noticed that Kyle Kulinski isn't talking about that. He's just spurging out because he could put Asmongold in the title. You know, I mean, the amount of cope and seethe, you know, he's posted about him numerous times. You don't look at the studies. Well, you don't. I like how he brushes past J6, where mega terrorists tried to coup the government. Nah, I don't believe that was ever true. And we also know that there's FBI agents there. And we also know that there were allegedly a Capitol police officer that planted the pipe bombs. We all know the Democrats, they burned down entire cities. And in my state, Kenosha, Wisconsin burned. And it wasn't conservatives out there, right? They tried to take Kyle Rittenhouse's life. Those weren't right-wingers. Those were left-wingers. And again, are there people on the right who commit crimes and who are violent? Yes, and I disavow them. That's where the left and the right actually differ. I really am proud of Asmongold for, you know, speaking out on this stuff. People will try to say he's a Republican. I think he's pretty close to where I'm at politically. There are a lot of liberal things that I still believe in. There are conservative things that I believe in, but I don't call myself either one of them. And, you know, Kyle Kulinski won't debate his ideas. He'll just scoff and laugh and say he doesn't know what he's talking about, and then put out more left-wing propaganda. That's what the left does. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like on it. If you haven't, please subscribe or follow down below. Don't forget to get your coffee. CoffeeBrandCoffee.com. Be the Thanksgiving hero. I promise you, no one's going to think about bringing coffee to their Thanksgiving, and everyone's going to be happy you did. We'll talk to you again real soon.